Many of you have heard for Camp for All, that camp that takes on different names on different weeks, depending on what group of kids and adults with disabilities it's catering to. But the common denominator is that it is a place where those who many times cannot find a place of happiness and joy with others are able to find it at Camp for All. And now as we head into the holiday season, when we look for ways to help others, comes our conversation about the Camp for All respite help for those who are caring for loved ones. Pat Pryor-Sorrells is the president and CEO for Camp for All. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you again. Thank you.
Always a good time when we can talk about Camp for All because I love the camp and everything it does. You are in Burton, Texas.
Yes.
Where it is just an oasis where people can get away.
Beautiful Washington County, 206 gorgeous acres.
And I heard a rumor that you're actually going to be trying to find some other space to do more.
Yes, we are. We are celebrating our 30th anniversary next year, but we're looking forward instead of back.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm sure we'll hear more about that coming up. I want to talk about this idea as we are talking about caregivers. You have so much that you do for children and adults with disabilities there. And I'm guessing that we think of it as being a summer thing, but it's more than that, isn't it?
Yes, we serve nearly 9,000 campers annually, and they have all kinds of challenges. You name it, they come to Camp for All. And what is really cool is the respite part of it. Our campers come, but their families get a weekend or a week off for their own care.
Right, right. This whole process is something that I know you've talked through and trying to figure out ways that you can better serve families and the children. Talk about how they are impacted when they bring their child or they bring their adult with disabilities there, about just the way that they come away feeling better about everything.
Well, let me just give an example. This one family, this husband and wife came, brought their child that was a teenager who had multiple challenges. They didn't want to leave. They kept staying because they had never left him alone anyplace else. And so they turned around, next thing they knew, he was doing karaoke. And they left. And they brought him back to camp again, and they say that weekend and having those 2 days together every year saved their marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. You know, I never get tired of seeing the faces of the kids who attend and the adults who attend. You got how many organizations you have relationships with?
More than 65 different nonprofits.
And I look at some of the video that we're looking at here. Thank you for providing some of this, by the way. This guy on that big, those kinds of things, the celebratory things, somebody getting their hair done there, just all kinds of things that go on. And there's a level of excellence that has to be maintained all the time. Talk about the challenges of making sure that you can maintain those levels for those children and those families to be better.
We are never satisfied. We're always talking about taking Camp for All to the next level. And so it was designed from the ground up to be barrier-free. We collaborated with our potential partners at the early days and decided we really want this camp to level the playing field for everybody, no matter what their challenge is. I've seen people with no limbs up on the challenge course, so there's every way to do every activity multiple ways, so everybody can participate and they can make choices. I can go as high as I want to go or not. I don't necessarily get to make choices about my challenge, but at Camp for All I do, and they leave with a sense of hope and a growth in self-confidence. And the other part is kids with epilepsy. A child has a seizure, comes out of his seizure and says, I guess I have to go home now.
Oh, no.
And they say, no, let's go to archery. And so that's when that child, we've been told, that is when that child realized they were not defined by their challenge.
We started talking about this as a respite opportunity for people. So how do you convince someone? Certainly the story you told about the parents who left their child there for the first time and their marriage was saved is pretty good. But what do you tell people who are going through, because they have adults with disabilities or they have children with disabilities and they're wondering, how do I get this break? And how do you convince them to do that? How much does it cost for them to send somebody to Camp for All, for example?
Most of our campers come free of charge because Camp for All raises the funds for half the charge for each person to come to camp, and our partners provide the other half of the charge. Now, our partners bring the doctors and the nurses and the pharmacists. They'll roll in the the machines that they need and roll them out, the dialysis machines. They'll roll them in and out so that the campers can come to camp and get excellent care. Cancer therapies can continue at camp. So the parents know, I can send my child here and that child is going to be taken care of and safe.
So what's the best way for someone who's in the category of, well, I've never had my child there, never had this adult that I'm caring for at a place like this, I don't know where to go. What's the best way to get the connectivity to make sure that they can do that?
Well, go to our website, campforall.org, and look at Find a Camp, and you can put in whatever the challenge is, and the camps that serve that challenge will come up, and you contact that camp directly.
This may be shocking to you, but I actually went to the website and I looked and I saw this long list and I saw check marks you can put for adults,
Yes.
for children, for whatever, and all kinds of options come up.
Yes.
They have different times of year they do this, correct?
Yes, so we start usually end of January, and we go through, well, we're going through after Thanksgiving this year with different camps.
Wow.
So COVID challenged us, but our camps kept coming for the most part. So we're moving towards our 9,000 again.
So holiday season for this program, as we head into Thanksgiving, I wanted this Newsmakers program to be about ways to uplift. You are a way of doing that. I mean, this is great. If you have not been motivated to either donate or take your child there, then I'm doing the best I can. Pat, what's the website again?
It's campforall.org.
Go to that. Go to that. I guarantee you'll find something that you like, and if you don't, it's not my fault. Thank you as well.
Thank you.
We're going to put all the information on our Newsmakers page on clicktohouston.com.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. It's
Thank
good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
You got to invite me back for some fun, you guys have.
Yes,
You know, that's good.
absolutely.
Good deal.
Absolutely.